Hello, I am Thomas. Today we are learn about inheritance type. We already learned about the definition for inheritance. The video link is provided in the description of this video. You can watch later. In Java, there are three types of inheritance. They are single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. They are single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. Single inheritance, only two classes in single inheritance. Only two classes in single inheritance. One acts as subclass and another one acts as superclass. Subclass inherit the properties of one superclass. Subclass inherit the properties of one superclass. For example, class super, class sub. The class sub extends the properties of sub. The class sub extends the properties of class super. The class super has a class variable a equal to 7 and class sub has class variable b equal to 9. The subclass add both these value a plus b. In single inheritance, one superclass and one subclass. The subclass extends superclass. Here we create object for the subclass that will add the both values a plus b. Here we see the output of this program, the addition of value 16. In multi-level inheritance, the subclass will be inherited by another class. The subclass will be inherited by another class. This will continue in multi-level. The subclass will be inherited by another class. That means the subclass can also act as superclass for another class. For example, A is a superclass for B, and B acts as a superclass for C, and C acts as a superclass for D. This will continue multi-level. For example, class A, class B, class A, class B extends A, class B extends A, and class C extends B, class B extends C, and class D extends C. Here we see class A, class B, class C, class D. Class B extends A, class C extends B, and class D extends C. Here we create object for D. We create object for D. Object dot add. In this we add all the variable A plus B plus C plus D. Since class B extends by A and class C extends by B and class D extends by D. So class D can access all of these class variable. Can access all of this class variable. Class D extends only C, but C extends B. So C implicitly can use the variable of B, and B extends A. So it also uses the variable of A, class A variable. So the class D can access all the class A, B, and C variable. So we add this variable. The output of this program, the addition value is 43. Hierarchical inheritance. Simple. A single class will be inherited by multiple class. A single class will be inherited by multiple class. For example, class A can be extended by B, C, and D also. Class A can be extended by B, C, and D also. Class A is a superclass for B, C, and D. Here we see the example for hierarchical inheritance. The class A It's a superclass for B. It's a superclass for C. It's a superclass for D also. The class B extends A, so it can use a variable of class A also. So addition value of class B equal to A plus B. You can use its own variable and class A variable also. So A plus B and class C extends A. C equal 10. It add A plus C. It can use class A variable and it also its own variables. And class D extends A. You can use the class A variable also, A equals 7 and its own variable. So we can add A plus D. So we create object for A, object A, we create object for B, we create object for C, we create object for D. We already learned about how to create object in previous video. So we call all the class B add through object, class C add through its object, class D add through its object. Now see the output of this program. The addition value of B equal to 16, addition value of C equal to 17, and addition value of D equal to 14. B can implicitly use class A variable, C can implicitly use the A variable, and D can implicitly use the A variable. Thank you. If you have any comment, you can add. Thank you.